What's up, everybody, and welcome to Golden Emperium Season 4, day number 2. We are your casters for tonight. This is James.
Yes, RKM.King.
Yes, hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody, and today is day 2 of Golden Emperium Season 4. And day 1, JPEG was the owner of
Yep.
Bright Arbor Castle. What will happen on day number 2? Who knows? We'll figure it out. We'll find out, of course, after the end of the session. But please make sure to stick around and tune in on the live stream as we will be having some giveaways for our live stream tonight. And yeah, let's hide our beautiful faces right here, RKM.King, as we can get started in this Golden Emperium Season 4, day number 2.
Okay.
Alright, RKM.King, what's your expectation for tonight's Golden Emperium?
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to all this bounce back, no? Because I think day one was kind of close. Like, close. Like, too close for comfort for JPEG as well.
Mm-hmm.
So their win is not yet, say, guaranteed. So, yeah. So, for some, it's possible that maybe one side experienced a lagged exposure period,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a misplay here and there. But then again, it's just like, JPEG won by an inch. So that's not yet, let's say, a good example, or not example, but not yet a good basis for what's to come for the next maybe 5 more sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were JPEG, I'd be more careful in terms of handling the castle defense, because day one was kind of a mixed bag even for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
but then
And
again, yeah,
what's
expect.
difficult actually for these skills, we might see someone even not winning this Golden Imperium session, but we know that Opus Dei and Apollo, based on the previous Golden Imperium sessions that we had from season 1 to season 3, they always know how to re-strategize and bounce back after a loss.
Yep.
So after a failed attempt, they re-strategize and come up with a different strategy to attack and eliminate their opponents. Let's see what will happen here in day number 2 as they are on the attacking side. JPEG has their defense up and ready, but based on what we're seeing now, JPEG has been wiping the floor and just catching the members of Opus Dei and Apollo, who are yet to make a statement right now in tonight's session.
Yeah, let's see also if there will be a surprise, say, character or class that would, turn the tide of the battle. Because still, the dominating figures still are, say, the RKs, the
Mm-hmm.
performers even. But then again, we're starting to see a different mix of characters and jobs, even
Mm-hmm.
in the form of Doram. So we mentioned this in day one, but the more popular build for Doram was the physical one from the previous seasons. But now we've been seeing multiple magical Dorams who's been spamming Sea and Meteor
Mm-hmm.
uh, for both sides, I think. So, well, what's crucial about it is that Dorams, although considered as players, they are not demi-human players. So
Mm-hmm.
some equipment that's been popular for quite some time only features reduction against demi-human players. So, uh,
So
there's
basically,
possibility.
that just means RKM.King just more colors on the screen. Basically, this Golden Imperium Season 4. Because I remember on Season 3, RKM.King, we only see a lot of red. But maybe it's because of the new, the skill effect changes that we're seeing things a lot better. But on Season 3, Season 2, a lot of red, a lot of ignition breaks getting casted. Season 2 was crazy because of the we're getting affected too much by the Mandragora howling. Season 4, we're seeing a lot of colors. Green, we're seeing red or orange. We're seeing purple from the severe rainstorm. And who knows what many more colors we'll be seeing in Golden Emperium Season 4.
Also, the costumes are, varied. Even this costume stones
Mm-hmm.
that provides visuals. So this time around, they are more, let's say, vibrant in terms of what they offer. So
Mm-hmm.
even the collab stones from the previous collaboration events from Kung Fu Panda, even How to Train Your Dragons, or those stones are still present.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, in War of Imperium, your costumes are shouldn't be seen. So your actual equips are shown, but then again, those effect stones or visual effect stones can still be seen.
Yeah. I
That's why
actually, RKM.King, I saw someone in day number 1 wear a costume with the footprints. And uh, honestly, it was so obvious that he's there because of the footprints. So
sometimes
it's
you're
yeah, so it's kind of a costume that you don't want to wear when you're playing in War of Imperium, I guess.
yeah, it's kind of griefing your team or
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then again, some people prefer better looks instead
Mm-hmm.
of better performance. So
Yep, but hold on to that thought, RKM.King, as Apollo is actually attacking right now, front line, as we can see. Ignition brakes will get casted. Someone will go down the side of Apollo. But JPEG is just going to hold their ground. We see a lot of ignition brakes getting casted. We see the Opus Dei and Apollo just slowly closing in. We only see one member of Opus Dei left, which is just Shadow Chaser. Apollo just making sure to wipe out JPEG first, I guess. Then Opus Dei will follow after. And ignition brakes will get casted by both sides. The backline of JPEG is missing right now. I think a lot of them got eliminated from that fight. Ignition brakes. Someone is using or got affected by that Mandragora howling, as JPEG will eliminate some members of or rather the members of Apollo right there, as they have members who just came back.
yep,
Got eliminated there at the defense and just came back from behind, wiping out, the rest of Apollo who are attacking.
yeah, actively returning to the M from after
Mm-hmm.
or upon death actually creates a pincer attack, even if you don't intentionally do it. Since as what you mentioned during the first day, that this castle is really small
Mm-hmm.
and basically a straightforward castle wherein from the entrance to the end room, you basically just walk. So in case you die, just come back, consume your reacts, or if you're, let's say, in genetic with your card boost, you can instantly return back to the Emperor, or you may also use the Flag War,
Mm-hmm.
which can obviously deter the uh, opposing guild's
Mm-hmm.
offense.
But as we can see, RKP, it's mostly Apollo just attacking right now. We've yet to see a large number of players coming from the side of Opus Dei.
Well, it's also possible that they transfer guilds. Who knows?
Or maybe they're just, you know, um, waiting right now. They're waiting for board members to, go online. We're getting care of getting casted right here. It will almost connect. Ignition brakes will attack the backline here of Apollo. They still have members here from behind. I think some of them are maybe defending the back. No, a lot of them are not moving yet. So maybe they're still setting things up. They're not that ready yet to attack the castle. So maybe we might see a a better charge or a better attack in the following minutes, Arkin.
Yeah, well, I guess we're basically a little bit early to the party, I guess. Because again, the duration of the War of Imperium is 2 hours. So
Yeah, they still have a
maybe
lot of time. They have a lot of time.
yeah, the usual uh let's say hot period is 10 p.m. Clash for both of the guilds. So yeah, so that's basically the prime time of Golden Imperium in terms of population. So majority of the players actually are based on what we've seen in the previous seasons. Uh, the numbers or the population for both guilds actually increase for the 10 p.m. Time
The
slot.
10 p.m. magic.
Yeah, it's either you benefit from it or you
And
know.
actually,
Uh,
RKM King, um, the thing is for War of Imperium, it happens on a Tuesday and Saturday. I guess Saturday, you expect that a lot of them are, online already and ready for the battle at 9 p.m. Maybe they're just at
yep.
home. On Tuesday, it's a different case. Maybe they're just coming home from work, coming home from school, if there are any that are
Maybe
from school.
it's possibly for let's say masters, a doctorate,
Oh well, yeah, oh, yeah,
those,
that's true. That's true.
or
Well,
maybe yeah, you're simply coming back to school. No? Uh, yeah, nothing's wrong with it, no. But then again, uh, there's a high chance that the guys playing right now, like they've been the ones sending people to school.
oh. As you can see, Apollo and Opus Day are going in for another attack. Magnetic Earth, of course, will get cast. They don't want to get affected by the AoE skills, but from what I can see, not much. Not
OD.
no sorcerers. I don't see any sorcerers, or rather, warlocks on the side of JPEG right here. I only see sorcerers. Of course, they don't want to get affected by that diamond dust, as it can give crystallization, which will prevent you from, doing a lot of things better. And Apollo lost. Oh no, not really. It was just a visual bug on my end. But I actually thought they lost their magnetic earth, but they are slowly closing in as some members of JPEG got eliminated right here. But no, some of them are actually still here on the stack of Apollo, and we don't see the rune knights, those tanky rune knights of Apollo and Opus Day right now. Like what I
Yeah, but I,
mentioned,
yep.
RKM King is still on a Tuesday night, 9 p.m. and they might just be getting ready for a surprise attack. Because
Also,
because we know how OD and Apollo operates. Usually, they have a different strategy. They come up with a different strategy. They come up with a different, kind of attack.
yeah, maybe they're lulling them to sleep. So yeah, because again, they still have a lot. Like they still have almost 2 hours to try and come up with an idea on how to properly execute their offense. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt, especially in terms of let's say the OD population, because as what you mentioned, it feels like this is just Apollo attacking. So yeah, also I've seen several like genetics utilizing Crazy Wheat. Actually, those skills are a counter to Magnetic Earth. So they eat up the space where, or they eat up the portion of the Magnetic Earth wherein they are placed. So that's why their fences, or they simply move forward, they simply dropping down their Crazy Wheats. So that's one way to counter it. Also, I think the Warlocks are not seen easily because they have like ridiculous range, James. So I have a friend who's running a warlock and he keeps on mentioning that he's dropping comet like off screen. So yeah, there's a possibility that they are there, but we simply cannot see them.
Yep. And as Opus Day and Apollo are I think it's still regrouping right now. Some members of JPEG are outside, just guarding the entrance right here. Some members of Ultra as well, Fatal Menace, Ignorance, and yeah, actually Shadow Chasers, um, you know, performers. They're deadly right now.
Yep.
Very deadly to deal with. Um, yeah, like what you mentioned last session, RKM.King, they're not just simply supports.
Yeah, they graduated from being supports, James.
Mm-hmm.
They were like the recipients of multiple buffs and item introduction. So yeah, I won't be surprised if people are playing the performers for the offense and not for whatever supporting skills that they can use.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you've been a frequent goer to like Discord, there've been several let's say videos highlighting what uh, performers can do. They're basically out damaging the top DPS classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're basically melting 110 of HP in an instant. So yeah,
Actually, speaking of performers, we actually got joined by a maestro in a session of Geffen Gossip Hour. And
yep,
yeah, the boss died in less than a second.
yeah, that's 75 HP.
Yeah, it died in less than a second. We can't even do anything. And I'm bringing a rune that's not bad, you know? And I couldn't even do anything. It just zoom through the map.
Yep.
That's how crazy good performers performers are um in this current patch that we have RKM.
Yeah. Also, they're waiting for the magical version of it in terms of like the rework. Because upon the Wonder rework and the performer rework, we can now have the magical uh, DPS performers. So right now, we have Silver Rainstorm as the primary build for it. But then again, once the rework comes, we now have that reverb and I guess metallic sound uh, skill update. So
Mm-hmm.
people have been preparing for it because I've seen several players buying the weapons that has a support for magical performer skills. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, something to look forward to.
Yeah, and currently it's at this moment it's not looking good for Opus Dei and Apollo. They might have more members this time around or later on in this session RKM.King, but as they are regrouping right now, let us mention our Golden Emperium Season 4 packs that are now active on the shop RKM.King.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh wait, I guess I'm having some technical difficulties. Yeah, okay. So now we have season 4 pack number 1. So again, the contents have shining defense scroll, the medium life potion, small life potion, small mana potion, mysterious water, guyak pudding, and of course the undead scroll. So the undead scroll provides you like an elemental armor that's obviously undead. So it does not dissipate upon death. So you can still have that effect even if you die. And it's a popular item, I guess, or an element for players in Warframe Imperium that has 100% player resistance because
Mhm.
you'll die from holy magical damage and fire damage if you don't have uh, that kind of resist. So we have the S Season 4 pack number 2. Okay, so which has the buffs, Almighty, Limit Power Booster and all. So this one is like 750 KP. And of course, provides still the Undead Scroll. So this one I think is something new. So we never had this kind of version because in the past we only have like Shadow, Holy,
Mhm.
Ghost. This time around we have the Undead.
Yeah, but hold on to that thought, RKM King. As we can see another tackle. I almost died there. Kitchen breaks will get casted, of course, on both sides. We can see a lot of colors on the screen right now. And unfortunately, I
Ooh.
got surprised by the sheer number of damage output that these guilds are doing. Apollo is slowly closing in on the stack here of JPEG. We don't see any rune knights on the stack here of Apollo, but Apollo lost their magnetic earth. Ignition breaks will get casted here on the side of JPEG. Apollo lost their rune knight, and actually their rune knight is sitting down right now. Masquerade weakness, and they might go in for a second wave of attack. We don't see an emergency call coming from Apollo just yet, RKM King.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, they're probably having a hard time finding the right uh, place and
Mhm.
situation to use it. Kasi
Maybe
basically,
as soon as they wipe out that stack on the front line, they will be using that emergency call to push. But they need to also stop that emergency call from of JPEG from getting casted. And yeah, because we know how they operate, RKM King.
yep.
We know how they operate, and usually they come up with different tactics, like
Yeah,
what you say.
the expectations are high for the
Mhm.
OD Alliance because they've been winning this event for
Three
like
seasons already,
yeah, this is
basically.
already. So in a sense, when we say winning, it means they're taking over the, let's say, the more popular castle.
Mm-hmm.
Because season one, you cannot say that the the owners of the Golden Emperium won because basically the best option during that time was the Silver Castle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for context, so yeah, when we say OD's been winning this event, so the more popular castle is the one that they've been able to take over for the duration of the event. So the expectations are high. So in case they do not perform, or if JPEG proves to be a little bit more powerful during this season, then uh,
Maybe
I
this
guess
is their redemption arc, basically. I
yeah,
think.
there's
Mm-hmm.
yep. But then again, let's give a benefit of the doubt for what this alliance have been giving to us
Mm-hmm.
for the past few seasons. So it's still too early to to crucify them or to judge whatever the result of this day
Yeah,
number two
actually, we're just
event.
20 minutes in
Yeah,
to our Golden Imperium season for a day 2 session. But continue what you're saying, RKM King, as the Golden Imperium season 4
yep,
pack 3
yep,
is not yet mentioned.
yep. Factory has siege resistor helm, so that's an equipment. Upper, obviously, headgear that provides resistance. So this time around, the NFS headgear provides or can be used outside of PvP, unlike the previous sessions. Same goes for season 4, pack number 4. We have the NFS Siege Resistor Cape, which can be comboed with temporal boots and also provides player reduction. So we have like new items in the form of Golem Stone and Frost Giant's Blood. So those two are actually PvP or player related consumables. So Giant Stone provides resistance against
Mm-hmm.
player damage, which is really high, like 50%.
Mm-hmm.
And the Frost Giant's Blood provides damage. So those are incredibly strong consumables, but they don't last that much. So you can only like enjoy its effects for several seconds. And obviously the amount or the quantity is very limited because you cannot buy multiple packs, I guess. Also, I think that's tradable. So there's a possibility that other people can buy the pack and sell those consumables if you know that you're not going to use it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, one way to like quote unquote utilize it is to sell it to players who can utilize it because outside of War of Imperium or PvP, those items are like dead or not useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
because yeah, the
yeah.
packs actually have like reset sticks, so basically anyone can use that even if you're not participating in the War of Imperium event. Yeah.
Yep, and we actually see someone drawing or getting a lot of things from Clawford 350.
True.
And just a reminder, guys, Clawford 350, or rather Clawford coins, we need to consume them before the September 11 maintenance, as Cindy Clawford NPC and the Clawford coins in general will be decommissioned. You will no longer see them in the game after September 11 maintenance. And sad
Yeah,
to see
RIP.
Cindy Clawford go.
Yeah, RIP.
Oh, well, it's just going to take a break. I can't do what he's saying. But as you can see, Apollo is slowly creeping in on the stack here of a JPEG, wiping them out. But they might have, you know, those coming from behind for that pincer attack. So we might see a what do you call this, emergency call on the side of Apollo later on. But they're slowly closing in on this Imperium RKM.King Masquerade Ignorance. But they're losing their numbers right now. Magnetic getting us on floor. We might see emergency call getting us
Okay,
by
here it
Apollo.
is.
And here it is. Emergency call on the side of Apollo. They will, I guess, use their buffs, rebuff, then go in for that attack. Ignition break. Someone got Mandragora howled here. Coloseo heal getting utilized by Apollo, and which is a very good thing that is not being used by or utilized by JPEG that
Yeah.
much. RKM team.
Yeah, this is basically a new tech. Not really that new, no? But this has been present for quite some time. Though there were like very few, like one or two Colosseum heal priests before. But right now, I think with the introduction of more items and obviously the copycat culture. So if you can replicate it, or if you can create multiple copies of your Colosseum heal priest, then you basically utilize it, because the damage output of the characters here in War of Imperium is not that high. It's just that if you have enough resistance, or if you have perfect resistance, there are still skills like ignition break in the form of once it is affected by aura blade. So that's basically what's hitting you, not basically ignition break. So the cheap damage from aura blade, the damage of that is not really that high. It's really eating up your HP. So with a combination of Swap Card plus Aura Blade, before you'll die from it. But then again, once you have that Colosseum heal spam, you can out damage the
Out heal basically.
out heal the damage output of the ignition break. So that's one way to deal with it. But then again, the setup of that kind of priest does not have, I think, enough resistance to to protect themselves from all kinds of damage. So there's still a weakness to that build. But if they are well protected or position themselves properly, they can still provide that kind of sustain that we saw during their attack. So we've been seeing it
But-
from OD.
Yeah, but I guess RKM with the addition of Golem Stones, I guess they can
Yeah.
they can reach that kind of resistance, but it only lasts for 10 seconds.
Yeah. So in crucial situations, I guess they can protect themselves and provide a much needed sustain to their parties or their guildmates. Also, this event is, this activity is very expensive. So the more you can save in terms of consumables, the better. So I guess this is one way that they can win in terms of Battle of Attrition. Because it doesn't matter if you have like 200 inventory slots, or it doesn't matter if you have like level 10 gym pass or a Kafra bell or Kafra card. It doesn't matter if you have those, because once your consumables are depleted, there's no way that you can actively get items from your storage.
Mhm.
So the more sustain from your team, the better. Eh, as you can see, 16,000 heal spam. That's a lot. So some
Yes.
players actually just have like 50k HP. So that's
Mhm.
basically healing back majority of their HP.
Yeah, we have some 16k heal here, and another one I think what I saw earlier was around 9k.
Yeah,
So even if 9k, I think that build has a lot of resistance in general. So that's
yeah,
why. But 9k is still a lot. If you can spam it
yeah, that's
like
a lot.
that,
Yeah,
you can actually out heal a lot of damage.
because your teammates shouldn't, stop pressing their potions. So the very that kind of 9k heal will give them like, time to press their consumables. So,
Mhm.
eh, well, if they're, basically disabled or whatever, you're providing them that period wherein they can recover. Because you just have to press one, Yggdrasil or Genzu bean
Mhm.
to basically recover your max HP. So that kind of, opportunity, that build really is an important aspect of sustain as OD tries to
Mhm.
attack the defenses of JPEG. So let's see if they
Yes.
can,
Mhm.
provide better
Yeah, and
res-
Apollo and Opus Day right now is going in for that attack art revolution. Mandragora, Howling, Ignition Breaks will get casted. Members of Rune Knights of a JPEG will get taken down, and Apollo is slowly closing in. A lot of colors on screen right now. Ignition Breaks, of course, will land on both sides. JPEG Rune Knight is still up and active. The backline is somewhat open on the side of JPEG. They don't have that magnetic earth on this side of their backline, but I guess they're confident with their resistance. That's why they don't need that magnetic earth on the floor right here. Ignition breaks. Apollo slowly closing in. They are getting close to eliminating the backline of JPEG, and this is what you like to see, RKM King. This moving party of Apollo, as some of their members are just surviving, taking down whoever goes beside them. And JPEG, some of their members got eliminated. They're closing in on the backline, and here they go, just inching in closer to this Imperium Overbrand cart revolution, and ignition breaks will get casted. And but there are still Rune Knights on the side of JPEG who are just trying to deal damage and eliminate the members of Apollo and Opus Dei right here.
Yeah, this is still not yet secure, James. We've seen this last session. So despite, the opposing guild, basically white the
Mhm.
defenses near the Imperium. So the defenders were still able to, come back. So this
Mhm.
time around, if OD can capitalize this quote-unquote advantage that they gain.
Mhm.
So
J-
whoever comes, whoever is faster in capitalizing.
mhm.
So
JPEG hasn't used their emergency call yet. But their defenses has been broken down by Apollo and Opus Dei
yep,
on that attack. I think on the next attack, RKM King, it's going to be Apollo and Opus Dei's break, because they have that emergency call up and ready for using. Actually, both sides has, and we're just waiting for that break to happen,
yep.
because we know that it's going to happen at some point in this session. We can clearly see it. They're almost there, you know?
Well, also there's a possibility that OD don't want to take over the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe one of the things that they're, or maybe this is something that they're trying to do. So they're basically testing out a specific approach on how to, attack the
Mm-hmm.
Imperium, not showing their full cards yet. So that's the possibility. So for them not to, use their emergency call, uh, could probably be a strategy as well. So let's
Mm-hmm.
see if uh, the results at the end of the session is different as compared to day number one.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, this is a welcome improvement in terms of how far they reached against the defense of JPEG.
Yep, and we can clearly see that they are somewhat outnumbered when it came to the attack, but they still managed to reach the Imperium, even with those amount of members participating in this Golden Imperium session. And RKM.King, speaking of Golden Imperium session, I do want to mention that we have a giveaway for this stream. It's our Golden Emperium Season 4 live stream giveaway. And the mechanics are like this. You need to tune in to Golden Emperium Season 4 live stream. Listen to the question asked by me or RKM.King and comment your answer along with your IGN and the hashtag Golden Emperium GGH. And 2 lucky participants per live stream will be randomly selected to win exclusive ROPC merchandise. For this live stream, it is going to be the ROPC mug or tumbler. And the question for tonight's live stream is... which castle is the Silver Castle in Golden Emperium Season 2?
Season 2.
Season 2. Alright, which castle is the Silver Castle in Golden Emperium Season 2? Golden Emperium Season 2 happened just this January 2025. So it's less than a year.
Really? Season 2 or Season 3?
Season 2.
Season 2. Okay.
Yeah, this is actually our third Golden Emperium session for this year. RKM.King.
Yeah, it feels like it's not.
Yeah, it feels like it. A long time has passed already.
Yep.
Oh, and first time I actually got affected by that, hallucination drug.
Yeah. So it felt like we're having GE like twice a year. That's how I felt. So I'm not sure if we had that many for 2025.
Actually, Golden Imperium Season 1, the very original one, was happened in I guess in Q4 of 2024. And and Golden Imperium Seasons 2, 3, and 4 just happened this year. Season 4, of course, is still ongoing.
It felt like a quarterly thing, James.
And post your answer along with hashtag Golden Emperium GGH and your IGN. Alright, don't forget your IGN, guys. And shout out to everyone in the chat right now, both on YouTube and on Facebook. Alright, ignition breaks. Oh, JPEG. That Runite got eliminated as, Apollo is going in for this attack once again. This time around, they quickly eliminated the front line here of JPEG. Emergency call getting casted by Apollo. Opus Dei members, not a lot right now for Opus Dei members, but they are clearly taking over this castle right now. JPEG doesn't have that emergency call. I guess not yet using it. Maybe they're planning to stop that emergency call from happening. Gates of Hell will take down that Sura. And Apollo has overrun this castle with members of Opus Dei. And Apollo has more members right now. RKM.King and Opus Dei.
I told you. It's possible that the members of Opus Dei transferred to Apollo. So, well, I'm still not sure about that. I'm just, providing possible scenarios because it's unusual to not see the emblem of Opus Dei in terms of quantity, no? So they are down in terms of numbers.
Mhm.
So then again, it doesn't matter if it's Apollo or OD because they are basically from one alliance. And day one was taken over by JPEG. So it doesn't matter if it's Apollo or OD or Most Wanted who takes over this castle for day number two because there's still basically no strict to cancel from their alliance.
Mhm.
So let's see if JPEG can continue their streak or if they can create a streak for themselves. So
Mhm.
we're
Well,
still very early in the event.
yeah, we're 40 minutes in to this Golden Emperium Season 4 Day 2 session. And the castle has been broken by Apollo. And JPEG is now going to go in for this attack, followed by Ultra. And
Hey,
yeah, I like how the emblems of these skills have changed for season 4. Apollo didn't change their emblem. Opus Dei, I guess, tried to use a different emblem that's a GIF. JPEG actually changed their emblem. Before we just see a just black and white
back yeah.
emblem from JPEG, but this time it's has color right now. But Apollo will be defending this spot. They will wipe out the members of JPEG just going into this portal, and they clearly changed their defense coming from day one of Golden Imperium Season 4. Before they actually defended, only the chokes, this corner right here, and they didn't defend very close to the portal because again from this side there is a wall. There is a wall that you can't see if you're looking from this perspective. From this perspective basically, but there is a wall right here and it can't reach the portal, so you can't provide additional firepower or backline support from to members just standing beside this portal in the Emperor.
Yeah, they basically caught JPEG off guard
Mm-hmm.
when they position themselves near the portal. So this time around, they chose not to stay at the portal. So yeah, a little bit surprising, but then again, they were able to delay the offense of JPEG because they basically wiped the first batch of.
Oh, curse circle and ignition breaks will get casted, and that was very quick curse circle coming from JPEG right here. But Apollo is standing their ground. Of course, they will try their best to wipe out the members of JPEG right here. Ignition breaks on both sides. Curse circle once again on the side of Opus Dei. Gates of Hell. Ignition breaks. JPEG doesn't have actually a full party to go in this emp room and break this emp, because one thing I can say about Apollo and Opus Dei is usually they have very strong backlines. So even if you wipe out their Rune Knights, you still need to deal with those sorcerers, those warlocks in the backline. That will hurt. So yeah, this is one thing that is going to be difficult for JPEG, but they have been regrouping here at the portal, as you can see. And ignition breaks will still get casted here by Apollo, just wiping out members of JPEG right here. Soul Rune Knight just in the middle, or rather just in front of JPEG right here. I think along with that Shadow Chaser, but that Rune Knight will get eliminated. Mandragora Howling getting casted here by JPEG, just affecting the members of Apollo. But the emergency call has been utilized by Apollo, and the JPEG has just been regrouping there in this portal. Masquerade Weakness, ignition breaks will go off. Shadow Formation, of course, to share damage whoever the target of the Shadow Chaser is. Fatal Menace will also get utilized, and a lot of other skills are getting used this time around. And I can only see that Opus Dei and Apollo I guess are the only ones that I can see that are utilizing that cart revolution, since Um, mostly for JPEG, it's usually all Rune Knights and
Yep.
Shadow Chasers and Suras.
Mhm.
But for Apollo and Opus Dei, they have a mix of different characters, different set of skills that they utilize. Suicidal Destruction actually getting casted by a member of JPEG right here. JPEG is not falling down just yet as they are inching in closer to the back lines here of Apollo and Opus Dei. Again, like what we said earlier, the backlines of JPEG and Apollo are usually very capable of wiping out the stack even if they are very close. So ignition breaks get casted. Magnetic Earth, of course, to prevent them from getting hit by a lot of skills. But we see members of Ultra also and JPEG on the other side, and they are slowly getting overrun by JPEG right here. Apollo and Opus, they are stacking up on the Imperium, and as you can see, they are just here. They don't want to get eliminated very quickly right here as JPEG is getting closer. Nobody is casting so offensive skills on the stack of JPEG right now, and I think this might be it for Opus Dei and Apollo in this hold, as they are, I guess, going to give this away to JPEG and go in for another attack later on.
Yeah. So they get overwhelmed. So it took them 40 minutes to basically, uh,
Mhm.
you know, take the castle over. But it took them it took JPEG like 6 minutes to recover it back.
Mhm.
So
But this
let's
time,
see.
RKM.King, I saw a lot of members on the side of Opus Dei.
Mhm.
We can clearly see their emblem earlier. Um,
Yep.
a very significant amount of players just standing around in the amp area right there. But JPEG is deciding to go for that what do you call this, hostage strategy, like what happened in day one of Golden Emperium season 4.
Yeah, the one was almost, an epic fail in terms of the execution on the side of JPEG, because we've seen a failed hostage
We've,
scenario.
we've, we've seen a failed hostage scenario, or rather a imp hostage taking on the side of JPEG, where they failed to break that Imperium on
Yep.
time, and they just got overrun by Opus Dei, and it was in the last, I guess, 15 minutes of
Yep.
the day one.
Yeah, it would have been a decisive, let's say, blunder. Would have been if they were not able to recover. But then again, they were able to recover and correct their mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, their decision for day number one was kind of ballsy, because upon a failed attempt to hostage the castle, they repeat it again. I, I think it was under 5 minutes. They still tried to execute the same tactics, but this time around, I guess they learned their lesson. They was able to execute it properly.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's why I keep on mentioning that it was really close, because uh, it was basically last minute. So
Yep.
not really last minute, but then again, it was that close, because there's still time for OD to attack when JPEG decided to break the castle. So there's that.
That is completely correct, RKM.King.
Yep.
And actually, RKM.King, can you repeat the question of our giveaway for our viewers right here?
Yeah. What was the
Just
silver
so
castle?
that they won't get confused. All right. Uh, yeah. Okay. So let me repeat the question. Which castle is the silver castle
Yeah.
in Golden Emperium season 2? Again, guys, season 2.
Is the silver castle.
I think Golden Emperium Season 2 was the Golden Castle for Season 2 was in Gondol. So what is the Silver Castle? Which castle is the Silver Castle?
Season 2, was it? I think nobody won Silver Castle, right? Versus number 2.
Season 2,
Was it?
someone won.
Someone won.
Yeah.
So season 1, only one won, right? Not both?
Season 1, it was a guild.
Silver Castle only?
Should I say more trivia? Because these things are going to appear. Okay, sure. Okay, season 1, it was Most Wanted, who actually won the Silver Castle in season 1 of Golden Emperium. In season 2, it was what do you call this? Opus Dei, who won
Opus
the
Dei.
Golden Castle, and we have JPEG winning the Silver Castle in season 2.
Okay.
In season 3, only the Golden Castle was what do you call this? Was won during that event, and it was Opus Dei who won Golden Imperium season 3.
Just for a recap. Because it felt like it was ages ago, but then again, looking back, it was within the same year. Yeah, because a lot of things have been happening in GGH, guys. A lot of updates. Yeah.
Well,
a lot
you know,
of
RKM King, this is what, age can do to you.
Age reveal.
You will forget things.
Yep.
You easily forget a lot of things.
Yeah, I've been running like 40 characters in EDA, so please forgive me.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people share the same sentiments as you, RKM King, as Apollo is going to go in for another attack. Again, this is a hostage taking on the side of JPEG, so they clearly don't have a flag warp active that can support their defense right here. But Apollo is holding their ground with Opus Dei. Gates of Hell will go off. Curse Circle will get casted here by JPEG. Mandragora Howling getting utilized. Falcon Assault by Apollo, just targeting the backlines here of JPEG. And Apollo just slowly closing in on the front lines of JPEG right now. And again, Apollo has that access to that flag warp, since this is still their castle right now.
The Mandragora Howler was affected by Mandragora Howling. So, it's nice to see that. The grifter was grift.
And we might see an emergency call right here coming from Apollo. But nope, I guess not. I thought they were gonna use that emergency call, but not yet. Okay, emergency call getting casted here by Apollo. They have that magnetic earth, so they just made sure that their area is safe as they are going to push in right now with their members. And what will happen to, oh my goodness.
You'll get disconnected. That's what happened.
A very, very unfortunate disconnection right here.
Yep.
Okay, we are
Are we back?
getting back quickly. Okay. Actually, it wasn't broken by JPEG. JPEG didn't actually break. I was going to see if they break this Imperium, but they didn't actually break it.
So they might attempt. Yeah, they might attempt again.
So they might just have damaged the Imperium. But we didn't see them, damage it a lot earlier when they wiped out Apollo and Opus Dei who are defending. Maybe just a few hits, but not really, damaging it. Maybe just 20 hits.
But I think they prefer the situation because they basically just have to try and attack and hostage castle again until the very last minute of the scene.
Maybe they're
So
trying to recreate what they did in day one RKMP.
yep, by not taking over the castle, they're not giving OD the opportunity to to do the same thing to them. So this is kind of strategic, and yeah, it should work well with uh, or it should be something that JPEG planned ahead. So it's still early, so it doesn't affect their overall, you know, chance of success.
But you know, RKM King, it's almost the 10 o'clock mark.
Yep,
It's almost the
it's
10
why.
o'clock mark. And you know, as JPEG is trying to recreate their strategy in day number one, just leaving that Imperium open and not really breaking it after a hostage
They feel
strategy. So maybe it's part of their plan. They just damage the Imperium a little bit, but with that amount of damage, it can be easily healed by Apollo and Opus Dei who are defending right now. And again, Apollo still has access to that flag warp. And based on their firepower earlier, we can clearly see that they can wipe out the members of JPEG. So JPEG needs to be careful right here. JPEG needs to be really careful if they want to, you know, keep this streak in Golden Emperium Season 4.
If you observe, the ABs or the RPs are actually doing God's work in terms of the sustain. So the front lines of OD is not that many as compared to what JPEG has, but then again they're kind of holding on. It's been like that since I guess OD started defending the castle. So again, if you want to play support, I guess playing as they call say heal priest is the go-to setup because you're not you won't feel as if you're just an NPP buffer. This time around your positioning is important, your spam is important, your magic attack is actually important to improve your heal amount. So it's not as empty as it once was. Play.
Actually, you know, that Bloody Lust got casted on the members of the JPEG and they just quickly went back. They just quickly went back when they got affected by that Bloody Lust.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have a magnetic earth on that spot. So yeah, support characters are really valuable in large scale Warfare or PvP. So again, it's not all about the DPS because basically the DPS are not a thing if they cannot deal damage. And then DPS means zero DPS.
Yeah, I think RKMK can figure out what JPEG is trying to do right here. They're just trying to, thin down the numbers of of Apollo and Opus Dei right now in the Emp room, and they might go for another hostage strategy in this push that they're doing right now. Got ignition breaks, will get casted. Magnetic Earth slowly walking, but that sorcerer, I guess, got eliminated. And Curse Circle coming from Opus Dei, but there is no follow-up, unfortunately. But they will try and pin down the numbers of JPEG right here as they are backing down, not continuing with that push. Cart Revolution. Oh, Apollo got affected by that. Mandragora howling. And they will just slowly back down into this corner. No emergency calls have been casted yet. Another Curse Circle here coming from JPEG. Again, Apollo still has that advantage of that flag warp. Ignorance. And JPEG with their push, they're trying to run over Apollo and Opus Dei right now, but Apollo and Opus Dei are just holding on, making sure that they stall as much as possible. Maybe they're planning for another emergency call, but I guess JPEG is planning to just eliminate the members of Opus Dei and Apollo right here. and go for that hostage shot, but nope, they're trying to break the Imperium. And the Rune Knight was attacking, but no Imperium damage was dealt because of that safety wall earlier. But yeah, they hit the Imperium a little bit.
Probably misclick from the RK.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit,
Yep.
But yeah, I guess this is the strategy of a JPEG right now, RKM.King. They're not really planning to break the Imperium just yet.
Yeah, this is what worked for them for the number one. So I don't think they're going to change it until OD and Apollo figure out how to deal with this strategy from JPEG. So I guess they're going to run this until the end of the session. So once this is successful, I guess they keep on repeating it. But basically, there's no reason to fix what's not broken. So, yep. So again, the adjustment is expected or should come from OD and Apollo this time around. So let's see if they have, the offense to stop JPEG from doing this kind of scenario over and over again. Because that's what they've been trying to do since, I guess, OD took over the castle. So there's also, let's say, an argument.
I guess RKM.King, you can say that this strategy is what worked for JPEG, right?
For JPEG, yeah.
Because this is the only time that they've got Opus Dei and Apollo beat in a War of Imperium situation in Golden Imperium, basically. Because usually in Season 2 and Season 3 of Golden Imperium, it was Opus Dei holding the Golden Castle for 5 consecutive sessions since day 1, even before the Golden Imperium event started. They are the castle holders.
Yep.
But in Season 4, it's a different case. JPEG was the castle holder before the session started, and they are the holders of the castle in day number 1.
Yep. So in the past, it's been JPEG was the more offensively inclined and OD is the defensive one. But then again, what JPEG is doing right now is basically defending through offense. So it's kind of working on their favor.
Yeah, I guess they're playing their strengths, RKM.King.
Yeah. So that's why I like what they're doing, because again, they're not basically waiting for an attack. They are creating an opportunity for them to continue attacking despite playing, quote unquote, the defense.
And Apollo getting closer right now. Magic Curse Circle actually getting casted on the stack here of Apollo. Ignition Breaks will follow, but on the same time, Ignition Breaks will get casted here. It's going to be Ignition Break and Cart Revolution.
And a single Cart Revolution.
Ignition Break and Cart Revolution to damage the members of JPEG right here. But yeah, we can clearly see that the members of Apollo are getting affected by some magic damage as well. But they're just holding. They're holding their ground. They're holding their stack, and they might use another emergency call here to take over the castle, but we don't see that.
Yeah, but I guess as long as the Sorks are still alive in the side of OD, the push will go through. Because again, the RKs are basically unkillable for both sides. So whoever RKs won the Ignition Break showdown, so that's the side who's going to gain the advantage. And as long as they have the necessary support in the form of the sorcerers, the magnetic earth, they can gain ground. So that's why even though the numbers are dwindling, the ones having magnetic earth setup is the ones still, or they can still preserve their push. But unfortunately, as I mentioned, that JPEG wiped the floor
Yeah,
and eliminated the
I
part.
guess when they used that emergency call, the guild wasn't ready yet. They didn't have buffs yet because they usually buff up before pushing. And I guess the emergency call was a little late in that sense for Apollo, as JPEG just used a pincer attack to eliminate the members of Apollo who are um, you know from behind basically. But again, Apollo has that advantage of flag warp, so they can quickly get in and out of the battle. But right now, JPEG is holding this Imperium. The Imperium is still held, or rather, the castle is still held by Apollo. We still have 55 minutes here in this Golden Imperium Season 4 Day 2 session. And RKM.King, as they are regrouping right now. Of course, we want to mention our Golden Imperium Season 4 packs. We have 4 packs for Golden Imperium Season 4. It's only a flash aid. It's only available during Golden Imperium Season 4 War of Imperium days. Alright, so Season 4 Pack 1 contains Shine Defense Scroll, Life Potions, Small Mana Potions, Mysterious Water Goyak Pudding, and Undead Scroll Box, in which you can use not only for PvP situations but also for PvE. Season 4 Pack 2 contains the Almighty, Limit Power Booster, Kenzo Bean Box, Undead Scroll, Siege Teleport Scroll, and Goyak Pudding. Again, this pack you can also use it. Most of the items you can use it for PvE situations, not only for PvP. Season 4 Pack 3, this is where things change up a little bit because you can see Golem Stones, Frost Giant Blood, and of course the Siege Resistor Helm active right here. But we also see 50 Niang Vines here in this pack, which you can use for either, Malagal Costume, or just re-rolling your stats for your items and such.
You can also use that for reroll of Cursed Night Shield.
Yeah, if you want to reroll that Cursed Night Shield, you want to get a chance to make that into a purified Night Shield, which is, I guess, only 1%. Are you if I'm not mistaken?
It's astronomically low, but then again, it's really expensive. So yeah.
If you get that, you're very lucky, and it doesn't degrade. If it doesn't degrade into a worse one.
Yeah, Bloody Night Shield.
And Golden Emperium 4 Pack 4 contains the Reset Skill, Reset Stone, Niang Vine Fruit, just 30 Niang Vine Fruits, Genzo Bean Box, Golem Stone, Frost Giant Blood, and Siege Resistor Cape, as Apollo and Opus Dei are going in for this attack. I see members going in. Ignition breaks will get casted. Of course, someone is idling here on the side of JPEG, as there is no Magnetic Earth on the side or on the back line of JPEG, and now they casted one. But that Magnetic Earth getting cancelled, and they can actually get affected by, sorcerers and warlocks on this side. And if a powerful sorcerer or warlock just decides to, hit them all with skills, or maybe a severe rainstorm, it will be quite difficult for them to survive. But I guess they have their resistance up and ready. They have their Golden Stones to just, survive the battle right here. Apollo just trying to thin down the numbers of the JPEG. RKM.King, sorry.
Yeah, it's hard to bypass that spot since you're vulnerable to damage coming from all sides. So that portion of, like, let's say, that hallway or that pathway that you just have to move past that. But then again, it proved to be a lot more difficult for the side of OD to survive the kind of punishment that they've been receiving. Because crazy weed has been properly utilized and kept on removing the magnetic earth.
But the thing is, RKM.King, only on this side, because again, usually they use ignition breaks to get that crystallization in, right? So addition breaks can't reach because this is like what 4 or 5 cells away, so it can't reach this spot, or rather the backlines right here. So the only ones that can actually hit that with the crystallization are diamond dust, or maybe other skills that can damage. So in order for them to eliminate that backline, they need firepower. Basically, they need long range firepower.
Yeah. So another regroup for the side of OD. So it's still 10-10. So basically 50 minutes until the end of the session. So you just have to figure out the portion of the map, because they haven't reached the choke point. So that's something that they have to figure out. And let's see if the sustain that they've been utilizing can, increase their chances of recovering this castle.
Yeah, and Apollo and Opus Dei still has a lot of time.
Yep.
They have a lot of time. They have 50 minutes more to, eliminate JPEG from holding their castle. And JPEG, I think, has no plans into breaking the Imperium just yet.
Yeah.
And,
So
yeah.
was another hostage situation coming from JPEG. That's why OD has to properly position themselves for their offenses to work. So this is again as the time limit, I guess, comes to, or the session comes to an end. They really have to figure this out, because there's no way that JPEG will let go or give them the same opportunity. So once they eliminate JPEG, I think JPEG will just come back to take over the position. So what they're trying to do is to simply conquer a specific space in the Emp room, and not basically the castle ownership for the time being. So OD has two problems. So they have to kick JPEG out of the Emp room, and also avoid them from coming back, let's say, from repeating the same situation. I don't know if they have right now that kind of firepower to sustain this defense, because basically they're the castle owners, so they are doing an offense again
But
on
who
the
know,
castle that they own.
but you know who knows, RKM King? They might utilize a different kind of strategy later on, like what we saw in Golden Emperium Season 3.
Yep.
So
But
that's
again,
also a possibility.
yes.
So a lot of different situations can play out here for Apollo and JPEG, and clearly they are not yet ready to give up on this castle. JPEG has been holding on and just giving this space for Apollo and Opus Dei to push in. Again, they are giving space for their backlines to cast those skills. Addiction breaks will land on the side of JPEG. JPEG Curse Circle will land right here. The vest will go off. Ignition breaks will land. Magnetic Earth, of course, on the floor to prevent their members from getting hit by AoE skills. And they're just slowly creeping in back on their spot, their castle, and they are just moving closer and closer. Emergency call might get casted here, but not yet. I don't see an emergency call getting utilized right now by Apollo. They're just planning to eliminate the members of JPEG here, little by little, as you can see. Curse Circle again on the side of JPEG, but Apollo is just hitting them with a lot of attacks, eliminating their members as
Nicole?
an emergency call getting utilized by Apollo. And we can clearly see that JPEG has no plans on breaking the Imperium right now. I guess they're waiting for that last minute break. RKM King.
Yeah, basically problem number one solved right now for OD. So let's see if problem number two can be solved as well. Because basically, again, I guess I've been repeating this on and on. But JPEG will recycle this approach
Mm-hmm.
until it fails. So if OD cannot sustain this defense,
Oh, an emergency call getting casted by JPEG right here, and yeah, they are not going to allow. They are clearly not going to allow Apollo to and Opus Dei to just take over this hostaged Imperium. I guess Apollo and Opus Dei didn't see, as we clearly didn't see that emergency call getting casted by a JPEG right here, and yeah, another hostage situation I guess for JPEG as
yeah, when Apollo
Apollo,
yeah,
yeah, and Opus Dei.
yeah, when Apollo committed their e-call, I guess JPEG took it as an opportunity to use theirs as well.
Mhm.
So that's what I mentioned earlier, that they have two problems in order to secure the defense. Because kicking them off the castle is one, but avoiding them from coming back as quick as what we've seen is a bigger problem. Because I guess this is the I don't know if I can say that's a weakness, but this is the situation of this castle, wherein it's a lot easier to come back regardless if you're the owner or not. So yeah, maybe a little bit more coordination.
Yeah, I guess if Apollo and Opus they managed to tag that emergency call from or that e-caller, they wouldn't be put in this situation that quickly.
Yep.
Again, that was a very straight e-call card from JPEG just right here. And the members of Apollo were already in the Emperor just wiping out the members of JPEG, the crumbs basically, as JPEG utilized the emergency call, and right now they are going in for another attack. They're going to try and eliminate the members of JPEG right here while they are not yet set up. Ignition brakes will land, Mandragoran Howlings will get casted, but the a Rune Knight on the side of Apollo got taken out. Another Rune Knight will fall down as we see the members of Apollo and Opus Dei are having a little bit of a rough time right now.
Mhm. So again, the relentless assault coming from JPEG. This is their trademark in terms of how they approach this event. They will keep on attacking and attacking until the end of the period. There was, I guess, one time where JPEG kinda slack off. So I guess that was last season wherein they stopped their attack a little bit too early.
They
Hence,
actually also stopped their defense.
hence they lost their Silver Castle ownership, which cut their streak. So maybe that's a lesson for them to,
Just keep on attacking, I guess.
Yep.
Maybe that's the lesson for JPEG. That time, as Golden Emperium Season 3, it was a rough time for JPEG. But I guess right now JPEG figured out a different strategy or a way of approaching this Golden Emperium, Season 4.
Yeah, they were able to find a way to attack and attack for the whole session. So
Mhm.
yeah. So as what you mentioned, this is their strength. They've been capitalizing on it. And yeah, OD, although again, they can still pull this off. This is maybe one of their challenges for this season, I guess. But then again, the history of this alliance have been kinda rich. Again, in terms of GGH history, so there's no way that we're going to count them out for the remainder of the season.
Again, they have a lot of time, right?
Yep.
They still
That's
have a lot
why-
of time. These girls still have a lot of time, both on the side of Opus Dei and Apollo, and at JPEG's side. Again, if JPEG fails to break this Imperium on time and Apollo just overruns them with the attacks, or maybe one One time, Apollo manages to wipe out JPEG right here. And JPEG, didn't have a way to take back the Imperium. That will be a game over for JPEG. That is a situation that we might see later on. And I think that's what maybe Apollo and Opus Dei are planning for this offense. But Curse Circle will land on Apollo right here. And there is no follow-up, unfortunately, on the side of JPEG, as Apollo will just survive the attacks here coming from JPEG. Apollo, the backlines got eliminated right here, but some of them are still alive, just holding this portal and just slowly holding their ground. I can say RKM.King. And while the battle is ongoing right now, I want to mention that we have an ongoing Golden Emperium Season 4 live stream giveaway in which you can win a ROPC merchandise. For this live stream, it's going to be 2 winners of ROPC mug or tumbler. And the mechanics are, you need to tune in to Golden Emperium Season 4 live stream, listen to the question asked by me or RKM.King, and comment your answer along with your IGN and hashtag Golden Emperium GGH. And the question for tonight's live stream is, which castle is the Silver Castle in Golden Emperium Season 2? Again, which castle is the Silver Castle in Golden Emperium Season 2? And if some of you guys are wondering, what is a Silver Castle for this season? And Golden Emperium Season 4 actually is the first season of Golden Emperium in which we only have a single castle that is up for grabs for the rewards. Of course, also the rewards also got updated for Golden Emperium Season 4, especially the cash prize in the Golden Castle, which is right now Bright Arbor.
Yep.
But in Season 1, 2, and 3, there were 2 castles, Silver Castle and the Golden Castle.
Yeah, but still, the highest rewards are still active. So again, we only have 1 castle for Season 4, but still, there's still an opportunity for a heist.
Actually, that's what I want to see RKM. That heist mechanic of Golden Imperium get utilized.
Nobody has utilized that for like 4 seasons or 3 seasons.
Well, honestly, if JPEG is able to hold this for 4 sessions, I guess Apollo and Opus Dei is going for that heist reward. But I'm pretty sure they're not gonna settle for that. Okay. They will settle for the best reward that they can get, which is the Golden Castle reward, in which right now they are battling for. Ignition brakes will land, of course, on both sides. I've been saying this for a lot of times already during Golden Emperium sessions. Ignition brakes are very deadly. Rune Knights are very, very deadly. So if you see a Rune Knight just running towards you, what will you do? You know? Well, if you're a Shadow Chaser, I guess you can do something. But if you're a different class, that's going to be a different case. Actually, I see an Opus Dei member casting that curse circle on the back line here of JPEG, but unfortunately there is no follow-up on the side of Apollo and Opus Dei to take down the back line here of JPEG.
Yep. I guess in terms of tier list games, we have IBRK, Shadow Chasers, and Sura as top 3
top 3 damage
terror
dealers, I guess.
Not just damage dealers. They are basically powerhouse in terms of survivability, damage, and utility. So those 3 are your, let's say, top options. But they obviously will cost you more in terms of equipment since you have to prepare for resistance, you have to
Mhm.
prepare for damage, you have to take care of your attack speed, you have to take care of a lot of things for you to, to perform in a top-notch manner because once you don't have enough resistance, there's no way that you can deal damage. So that's basically, I guess, the principle behind those three characters that they prioritize their survival first before actually killing their targets because their damage are not that high. Maybe the Sura in terms of gates of hell damage, but uh, Shadow Chasers and the Rune Knights, again, in terms of damage, they're not that high, but they are consistently damaging you, and they have means to, to stop you from whatever it is that you're doing. It's
Mhm.
either you get killed through
Oh,
Strofa, or
emergency call. Getting casted here by Apollo. I guess someone is holding the the entrance. Let us see right now. Yeah, some members are holding the entrance right now, and some members of Ultra. And clearly, right now in day 2 of Golden Imperium Season 4, there are a lot more members of lot more members on the side of JPEG,
Mhm.
RKM.King.
and
But obviously, and Apollo are not falling behind. I guess
no,
since we only have around 34 minutes left, this is time for them to, really dial up their game. As you can see, a lot of more Opus Dei
yeah.
members have shown up.
So let's see if uh, this is this can create a different scenario this
Mhm.
time around because earlier we've been seeing the offensive coming from Apollo only and a little bit of OD. But this time around, that's what you mentioned. Feels like the emblem is there. But let's see if this is actually OD or maybe their support characters providing
Mhm.
buffs to their teammates.
Mhm. Oh, by the way, for the Golden Imperium Season 4 live stream giveaway, just additional information. The winners will be announced at the end of Golden Imperium Season 4 event. Not the live stream,
Yep.
the event. So, yeah, I guess you need to fill out the form. They will be announced, I guess, on Discord and Facebook. And you will need to fill up a form if you are one of the winners of Golden Imperium Season 4 live stream giveaway.
Yeah, yeah, remember your IGN, guys.
Right, remember answers, remember IGN, as that will be, I guess, the IGN that you used.
Yep.
The IGN and email that you used, basically.
So that it won't create any conflict in the information provided.
Mm-hmm. And Curse Circle landing on the side of JPEG. Polo just just slowly inching in on the stack here of JPEG right now.
It's purely storm. Actually, you cannot tell if it's yours or if it's from the enemy. It's something to be careful of, even if, again, if it's from your teammate.
Mm-hmm. And I think if you don't have effects on, you actually cannot see. That's if you're rainstorm from landing. Compared to ignition break, of course, if you're looking at your character, the ignition breaks are beside you, but from the backline
Yep.
damage, you cannot see if you have your effects off. If you, those these skills landing, you won't notice what damage you are taking. So yeah, I guess the skill effect change is going to be beneficial if you're playing with effects on most of the time, as it has more subtle effects compared to the ignition break skill just taking up your whole screen.
Yeah, it's subtle, but it's more vibrant and, let's say, better. Again, this is just my opinion, but it feels a little bit lighter in the eyes as compared to how it was in the previous season. Wherein
You
you won't be
clearly
able,
can't see anything.
Yeah, it was really difficult, especially if uh, people are spamming like big skills. Also, soul expansion covering the whole screen as well. Those little triangles keeps on shattering.
Hmm. We have a question on our Facebook.
Oh, what was it?
Is this, is this available for PS4? Unfortunately not. This is only for PC.
Well, you can watch through PS4, I guess.
Yeah, you can watch a live stream to PS4. But this game is only for PC. If you can run Windows on your PS4, I guess maybe you can. But mhm. And you know, Apollo right now is going to attack. And yeah, they are taking over the front lines right here, and they managed to eliminate the members of JPEG right now. And again, they are in this situation wherein they need to wipe out JPEG, but they also need to hold the Imperium. They need to hold the defense for about 30 minutes
Yeah,
and
I
make
think they
sure
have.
JPEG doesn't, wipe them out for the next their next attack in order for
Okay,
them
they're
to not
using
be put
emergency.
in this situation. Mhm.
Was it cancelled?
Yeah, I guess no emergency call happened. Okay,
Okay, there
emergency
is.
call was casted right here by Apollo. And yeah, they are closer right now. They use that emergency call on this side compared to how it was earlier. And they are in a safe spot right now. JPEG might use that emergency call as well. But again, they need to tag that emergency caller. They need to make sure that he doesn't pull off that emergency call as soon as they wipe out the members of JPEG right here. Right now, JPEG members, some of them, their priests, their warlocks are just here in the Emp room, or rather in beside the Imperium, just delaying the attacks here of Apollo and Opus Dei. In JPEG, some of their members are going in. Opus Dei
Oh,
also used that their emergency call. They are holding this spot, and I like how Opus Dei and Apollo changed up their strategy a little bit. Again, with this choke point intact, it's not going to be easier for a JPEG to just quickly go in. But JPEG used that emergency call. Apollo didn't tag that emergency caller, and yeah, this is what is going to happen right now. Ignition brakes will land, and we might see another hostaged Imperium right here,
yeah.
RKM.King.
Hostage crisis.
Mm-hmm. Earlier, I saw a member of Opus Dei. Maybe it's a different Opus Dei or a different kill. Maybe that's Most Wanted. I guess that's not part of the alliance of Apollo and Opus Dei, who can be clearly hit by the skills also of Apollo and Opus Dei. I think they're planning to break this Imperium and maybe go in for the attack later on.
Yeah, because holding this castle is kind of, difficult for them.
Mm-hmm. But what Apollo can do here, Apollo and Opus Dei, since the defenses of JPEG are not that set up yet, and we know that Apollo and Opus Dei are quick in just going back, they can actually wipe out the members of JPEG right now without utilizing that emergency call, because both sides don't have them. Again, Apollo has the advantage because they have that flag warp. They just need to eliminate the members of JPEG right here, and they can hold this castle for a lot longer, since we know that their backlines are quite capable.
Let's see if they can uh, time their equal right this time around. So they were able to cast their emergency call a little bit let's say, deeper
Mm-hmm.
in terms of positioning, and was able to gain ground. Then again, dot spot or the other, let's say, choke point, wherein JPEG kept on casting their emergency call. That's something that they have to check or, let's say, secure as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's becoming, say, harder for them, because they have to secure the emp room or the emp vicinity, and also stop the equal from happening.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they have more problems to solve, I guess.
You know, RKM King, one situation or one scenario I can see that is going to happen is JPEG, or rather Apollo and Opus Dei, might just or you know, if the Imperium hasn't been broken in the last maybe 15 minutes, and Apollo manages to like go closer and Opus Dei to the Emp room, they might just go for a break and, you know, utilize that just to break the streak of JPEG. Because if it's a different guild, you know, it's going to be a different situation. They might not be willing to hold the castle for, you know, multiple sessions. So their aim might just be to break the streak. But who knows? You know, who knows? Because Apollo is in a difficult spot right here, and Opus Dei and Apollo are just trying to, you know, eliminate the members of JPEG and take over the castle once again. But because of the hostage situation, the situation, or rather the difficulty is on the side of the attackers right now.
Yep. So let's see if they can figure this out. So they still have like 24 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have like several sessions as well. It's just
RKM King? Okay. I guess RKM King.
positioning. Hello?
Okay, RKM King is back.
What happened?
I guess you got cut off a little bit. RKM
Okay.
King.
So what I was saying is that you know, there's still enough time for them to figure this out. But then this time around, as compared to previous sessions, JPEG has the numbers advantage and the positioning advantage. And again, let's see if they can continue the streak to secure day number. Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, but you know, RKM King, these guilds are not going to easily allow that. They're not going to easily allow that, as Apollo is going in for another attack. Again, this is not their full attack yet. We saw their full numbers earlier. They might just have added more since it's going to be the last 23 minutes of this session. Again, the difficulty is on their side. They need to wipe out the members of JPEG and keep the Imperium, or break it with a different guild for them to be able to, you know, very much quickly take over this castle.
Yeah. Again, JPEG will keep on running this defense until 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they just need to make sure to break the Imperium, I guess. RKM King. Emergency call getting casted here by Apollo. Again, they still have time for, I guess, 4 more emergency calls after that. And they are going to go closer. Front lines of JPEG got eliminated. Back lines are now in trouble. Apollo is just going to hold on, and the members of JPEG just quickly going in. Curse circle, 2 curse circles actually landed here on the back line of Apollo. I cannot see any Opus Dei members right now. Some Ultra members actually went in as well. Ignition breaks will get casted. Again, the castle is still held by Apollo right now. They cannot break this unless they have a different a member in a different guild just to break this Imperium RKM.King.
Yeah. But then again, they'll get wiped out.
But this was a very quick, wipe for Apollo. They actually got in the Emp room or the Emp area very quickly this time. As I think JPEG is slowly losing their steam right now.
The only, I guess, not to say only, but there's still a possibility for an OD to stop JPEG from hostaging it at a crucial minute, I guess, and prevent them from breaking the castle. So that happened during the day one, wherein JPEG was not able to capitalize on the hostage situation, and they were not able to break the Imperium at the right moment, wherein they lost their position and almost lost them the game for day number one. So that is the scenario I think OD wants to happen, wherein they only need to win, I guess, 1 or 2 engagements for them to kind of have a chance to reset the win counter for JPEG. So I guess again there's still a window for the OD Alliance to recover. But then again, it's on, let's say, a harder position because they have to find ways to defend the castle for day number 3. So it's going to be, say, multitudes of issues that they have to answer. But this time around, JPEG, I guess, will keep on attacking and pressing on their advantage over the OD Alliance.
A difficult situation for the attacking side. RKM.King, what situations are playing out or what scenarios are playing out in your mind right now that Opus Dei and Apollo can do right here to take over this castle entirely without JPEG just actually, getting back up?
I think, well, it's hard to say, but the usage of emergency call, I think, they have to force JPEG to use their emergency call earlier than they use it. Because time and time again, when they try to attack the Emp room, so they were forced to use it. Then afterwards, they can wipe JPEG. But then again, JPEG will return at full power because they still have that emergency call. So it's either that, wherein they can delay the use of emergency call, or stop JPEG from utilizing their emergency call once they try to retake their position. Because it's, let's say, a cycle that kept on happening for like the last 30 minutes, wherein
I guess you can say it's an hour.
Yeah, but then again, the switching of position in the Emperor, because again, we haven't seen a turnover of the castle because JPEG is not interested in doing so. So yeah, if they can force them not to force them to use their emergency call earlier, then that's a win for OD. But that's going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
A lot harder.
And maybe since we only have like 17 minutes left in this War of Imperium session right now, RKM.King, this might be a time that JPEG breaks, but I doubt. I think they're gonna hold on for much longer. But I guess Apollo and Opus Dei has a different plan in mind. A quick attack here coming from the side of Apollo on the side of JPEG right now. First circle will go off and try to stop the attacks here of JPEG earlier, but unfortunately the follow-up wasn't enough to actually eliminate the front lines right here. Apollo and Opus Dei are just holding on their ground, but JPEG will just quickly go in with their Rune Knights using that Infusion Break to attack more people, attack more players on the side of Apollo and Opus Dei. And yeah, they are just going to hold on their ground right now.
You looted the special alloy trap.
I looted the special alloy trap.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So again, same position.
Mhm.
But this time around, it's 15 minutes remaining. So
15 minutes remaining. The pressure is still ongoing for the side of Opus Dei and Apollo since they are on the attacking side. Again, the Emp Room is still held by JPEG. What Apollo and JPEG can, Apollo and Opus Dei can do in this situation right now, one is to wipe out JPEG entirely and hold this castle until the end of the session. Two, they have a different breaker that can break this Imperium and break the streak and maybe have enough time to conquer this castle for the end of the session. Maybe there's a third scenario or fourth scenario. I'm not sure yet. RKM.King.
yeah, it's actually hard to think of, let's say, positives right now. You just have to keep on trying. So that's what War of Imperium is. So as long as you are trying, there's still an opportunity. But then again, if JPEG can wait 3 minutes before they break the Imperium, I don't think they will give OT the same opportunity to have that kind of advantage. So yeah, that's why I think JPEG is, say, more prepared this time around. So they're aggressive, they're gutsy, ballsy as well. So yeah, they must be riding that day one confidence. So
Yeah, and they just clearly used a strategy that worked best for them. As Opus Dei used that emergency call earlier, they still have time for 2 more emergency calls after that. Apollo hasn't used their emergency call yet. And some of their members are just idling right now, RKM.King. JPEG has their defense set up right now. You can see some Orc Lords just using those skills, I guess.
yeah, I think with how things are going, they only have like 1 or 2 chances of recovering that Imperium. If their next attempt is kinda unfruitful, it wasn't able to gain ground, I don't think they can, you know, uh, prevent JPEG from winning day number 2. So that's the kind of position that they are in.
Yep. Oh well, there is a third scenario, RKM.King, wherein
What is
they
it?
force JPEG to break the castle early.
Yeah.
Third situation wherein they force JPEG to break the castle early. JPEG breaks the castle and they break it, and maybe just break it up before the session ends.
Well, yeah, that's all on OD. So
Yep, it all lies on the attackers right now, as heavy attacks are going to come on the side of Apollo. The backlines or the frontliners of JPEG are nowhere to be seen right now. The corner is open right now. Maybe emergency call will get utilized by Apollo, but the Rune Knights of JPEG are going to back down. No Imperium breaks yet. They are waiting for that emergency call to happen. Masquerade Ignorance will land. Ignition breaks will get casted. And the members of Apollo are just holding right here. I guess we will see one more emergency call, but the emergency caller got spotted right here by JPEG. They are very quick into just going in and out. I guess they are prepared. They know that they are going to use that emergency call on that spot. That's why they they just try to just quickly rush in. Or maybe they're just hiding somewhere, you know, RKM King? They're just hiding somewhere to tag that emergency caller of Apollo.
Last 10 minutes. So this is going to be, say, a crucial period for maybe a final offense coming from the OD Alliance.
Yep. And
I guess this is, they can find, let's say, the right timing if they can regroup faster. But it felt like they're kind of slow in returning as well.
yeah, I guess because there are defenders on the side of JPEG on the entrance of the castle, RKM King. That's why Apollo is this, or rather Apollo Apollo is not using that flag warp because they want to help out OD into just quickly going in. Again, ignition breaks are a hard, or Rune Knights in general are a hard character to deal with right now. I think an emergency call got utilized as I saw a portal coming from JPEG right there. Defenses. Nope, no emergency calls happen, I guess.
I've seen people running the new equipment.
Mhm.
The striking Mikoshi set. So I'm kind of envious right now. Because I've been wanting to get a set as well, but unfortunately,
Mhm. And yeah, while they are setting up right now, or rather the attackers, Apollo and Opus, they are setting up right now. I do want to mention, just a quick reminder, the Clawford 350 or Cindy Clawford will be decommissioned soon. So make sure to exchange those Clawford coins as soon as you can before the September 11 maintenance, as Cindy Clawford is going to go on vacation for a long time, maybe permanently, or who knows.
or a
how long.
revamp.
As Cindy Clawford will get decommissioned soon again on the September 11 maintenance, so make sure to exchange those Clawford coins. Any leftovers will be forfeit and will not be exchanged. Just a reminder, guys. Any remaining Clawford coins will be forfeit and will not be exchanged, as we are seeing the exchange of attacks for both sides. Apollo going in. Opus Dei nowhere to be seen right now. Apollo just holding their ground. JPEG as well. We see a lot of more members of JPEG just standing in the front line, and they are not backing down. I guess this is their time. This is the time that they decided to just hold the castle right now for them to be able to break it before Apollo holds their ground in the Emperor. Apollo losing their members right now. Ignition breaks will land on the side of Apollo right now. No emergency calls getting casted by Apollo yet. JPEG and Ultra are just holding this spot, this corner right now. Ignition breaks will land. I guess a curse circle will help on the side of Apollo, but I guess Apollo will regroup once again. Opus Dei are nowhere to be seen in that initial encounter. We have 7 minutes remaining in this Golden Emperium Season 4 Day 2 session, RKM King. The pressure is very much on the side of Apollo. Again, they're still the castle owners of Bright Arbor.
But they have to prepare their final offense, I guess. Because there's expect multitudes of emergency calls coming from JPEG, since again they have to break this Imperium as well. So in case OD can push or reposition themselves a little bit deeper in the Emprom, JPEG can basically return to their emergency call.
Yeah,
So
Apollo
6
and Opus Dei, there's still time. There's still time to actually wipe JPEG out. But the difficulty is there.
You can
Both sides are just locked in, RKM King.
yeah, we can talk about strategy, but then again, there's a portion of the game wherein firepower versus firepower. That's something that only the players can, you know,
Mm-hmm.
can answer. So if they cannot win in that kind of showdown, then there's no way that they can secure this emperor.
Yep. And yeah, JPEG and Ultra just has more members right now. That's why Apollo and Opus Dei are having a hard time. I guess you could say in day one it was a little bit balanced, but this time around it was an overwhelming size difference on the side of Apollo and JPEG, because JPEG still has members outside. JPEG and Ultra still has members outside. Oh, emergency call got casted right here, I guess, and they are going to try and take over. Nation breaks. Opus Dei. Ooh, will this castle get broken? I think someone is attacking the Emperium right now. I think JPEG is going to try and attack. Apollo is going to try and eliminate the members of JPEG, and this is going to be difficult. If Apollo manages to hold this and JPEG doesn't break this will be a difficult situation for JPEG, as they need to quickly go in. We have 5 minutes remaining. Apollo and Opus Dei, the castle has been broken. Who got the castle right now? It is JPEG. JPEG is the castle owner, and now Apollo is in a difficult situation. Apollo and Opus Dei.
So one of the scenarios for Wood to win is not there now. So this time around they have to completely
They just need to quickly wipe out JPEG. But that was a very good attack. I think Opus Dei was out of the alliance that time. I think he's also attacking the Imperium. I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's see if they can pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
So this time around they were forced, let's say, a few minutes earlier than day one, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, JPEG already used that emergency call. Apollo, I guess, still has time for one more. Maybe OD still has time for one more. But it's very close. The emergency call time is very close, RKM.King. I guess you can say just seconds away from ending. That emergency call is going to be up. So they need to be quick. They need to be prepared. Again, JPEG has the advantage in terms of flag warp right now. And this is going to be a last minute break if Apollo and Opus Dei manages to pull this off. Again, JPEG is going to try and thin down the numbers, making sure that they don't regroup right here. Because again, a full-on attack will be dangerous for JPEG if they won't be able to hold it. The streak will be broken. And this is something that is going to be a good sight to see, as it will be something different in Golden Emperium. We see some members of, well, actually I saw an Apollo member going in, but JPEG is holding their ground, holding the corner right now. Ignition breaks will get casted by both sides. Emergency call getting casted by Opus Dei. Opus Dei landed that emergency call, and there is that fatal menace. Ignition break just landing on Opus Dei right now, and JPEG also. JPEG? Who used that emergency call though? Was that JPEG? JPEG and a lot of members of JPEG. Is this a second guild of JPEG? I am not sure. RKM.King. Difficult situation. You only have 1 minute remaining. I guess Ultra used. Oh, emergency call almost getting casted right here, but got spotted by JPEG right here, and I guess JPEG will be able to keep the streak as this is going to go on for day number 3 with JPEG holding the castle for 2 consecutive days already.
Yeah.
Guess what?
They only need three consecutive wins to bag this event. So
Mhm.
this time around, again, they have the advantage. They were able to secure their position in the amp room. So they created a situation wherein Cody has to respond. So it's been like that since I guess 10 o'clock.
I guess what I
So
wanted to see RKM King is the last minute break of Apollo and Opus Dei.
yeah, they
Imagine,
run out of time.
yeah, imagine if they managed to pull it off. It would have been a legendary break, honestly.
It would have, let's say, toppled what day one is, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. Because day one is a little bit, say, crazy. Because again, there was, let's say, a mistake on the part of JPEG for day number one, but was able to recover.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that day one win is really crucial for them to, to secure this streak.
Mm-hmm.
Because day number two is kind of overwhelming on their side because they found a formula that works for them and it doesn't, let's say, compromise their let's say principles and the practices in terms of how they attack a castle.
Mm-hmm.
Because as what I kept on mentioning, they are relentless in terms of attacking, and they were able to find a way to attack a castle that they've been defending.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, until OD answers this approach from JPEG, expect this kind of uh, offensive from JPEG for the remainder of the event. So again, it's still on OD's side to come up with an answer.
Well, who knows? We might see a counter strategy coming from Apollo and Ops Day in day number 3 of Golden Emperium Season 4, which
Yep.
will happen on Saturday, and that is on September 6th, Saturday. Again, it will be on the same time, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And yeah, before we wrap it up right now, again, we have a Golden Emperium Season 4 live stream giveaway. The question for tonight's live stream is, which castle is the silver castle in Golden Emperium Season 2? Answer the question along with your IGN and hashtag Golden Emperium GGH. Alright, to be able to enter that giveaway. Winners will be announced at the end of the event, Golden Emperium Season 4 event. And it will be announced both on Facebook and Discord. And yeah, few reminders as well. City Clawford will be decommissioned starting from September 11 maintenance onwards. So make sure to use all your Clawford coins as any leftovers will be forfeit and will not be exchanged. So make sure to exchange for your unwanted costumes and maybe do your rolls. Maybe you will get something good, something lucky. Your name will be announced like how our other players got their names announced on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to add, RKM King?
Well, again, great game coming from JPEG.
Mhm.
So yeah, again, this is not the end for the OD Alliance. So it's just let's say 2-0 for now.
Mhm.
So we still have like 6 remaining sessions.
Mhm.
So they still have the opportunity of a comeback. But if again JPEG secures this run, uh, I guess season 4 will be uh, JPEGs to, let's say,
Well,
lose. Yeah, this is because they have the advantage. So
Mhm.
let's see if they can sustain this momentum.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
this is too early, I guess, since we are just on day 2 RKM King. This is too early to
yeah, but
say that this is
yeah,
going to be the redemption
yeah.
arc of JPEG. But
But I
again,
like the
things have
energy.
changed. Yeah.
I like the energy coming from JPEG. So
Yeah.
that's really commendable. So for the whole like 2 hours, they are attacking and kept on engaging.
Mhm.
So that's something that I can feel through the screen. So uh, that's why I feel like they've been riding this day one win Because
Yeah.
again, there's a sort of improvement in terms of how they execute their plans, which is really great. So
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah,
most likely new strategies will be formed for day number 3 of
mm,
Golden Emperium Season 4. And yeah, we can't wait to see it. Again, there will be a live stream for the day 3 of Golden Emperium Season 4. It will be on the September 6, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
mm,
And the battle is still going to go on. Will Opus Dei and Apollo be able to take back the lost castle, as we are very much used to their
yep,
overwhelming prowess in terms
yep.
of the Golden Emperium event? And will this season be the redemption arc of JPEG? That said, this is it for day number 2 of Golden Emperium Season 4. We are your casters. This is James.
This is RKM.King.
And we'll catch you guys again on the next live stream. Bye, guys.
Gravity.